This is me again. In this occasion, we're gonna continue with the project of clothing store. Sorry that I have been kind of busy. I was washing my clothes and so on and on. Um, let's just go to the code, and also we're gonna check on here our our to do. We did everything that we had on here. You see this issue? Well, this is going to be like how can I say second plane. When I say second plane is second stage. Let's put here stage or second running and second let's say second by on the behind. What I mean is that we are gonna work on that project on the behind, and maybe you I will not even record what I'm going to do. I will just to do it and that's it. And when I get exactly to the point where I left it, I will continue the video like the videos like if we were doing it just normally completely without much mistakes and anything else. So we got the bottom with the color that is done. This is coming back to the clothing store project, and the width and the height also is done. You see the typography? That is also done. But what is missing is the border, okay? So let's look here, border. Being honest, I told you that I would look for it on secret or something like that, but it doesn't have much sense. So let's just look border styling on CSS. And that's something that, being honest, it's not very common that people use borders because sometimes they just use an image or a pre-stylized button. They just take a button that has an style and they copy and paste and that's it. But I like to make the things me myself when I can, you know, and that has helped me since I have started. Being honest, so um, you see this solid border? That is the one that we're gonna do, and we're gonna just copy here. But let's go to the git bash and etc. The process that we always do. cdc sam htdocs. Someone was saying that I am lazy. Let's show him that I am not. cd clothing store, clothing shop size, sorry. And let's put here. That's it. The code point. And that's it. And it opens on here. If you wonder how it works, the code point, it is on the installation of the Git bash. On the installation of the Git bash and on the installation of Visual Studio Code, I specified, I think that was on the Visual Studio Code installation. I specified that I wanted the code command to be available on the command line. And that just uh, functions along. I mean, if you do it rightly, if you do it correctly. That was what I did. I just uninstalled it and installed it again with the code functionality, which is something that sometimes is kind of confusing because sometimes you have to, um, as I said before, you have to configure the paths, environment, variable, and etc. And being honest, it works with that, but it is not always necessary. Okay, so let's just go and look on here. You see this go live? Let's just hit on there and just see this here. Let's just put border, border, style, solid, and let's put border radius and 3%, for example, and border um, I think that that's enough for the moment. And as you can see, it's working. It looks kind of okay. Let's put maybe 8%. And you can see that now it looks kind of better, but on the borders, it is kind of breaking a little bit. For us to fix that, we have two options, and it is to put, instead of percent, pixels, for example, and to put 28, for example, and you can see that now it looks kind of better, or 20, and you can see that now it looks much better. Let's put on the top also like 14%, and let's let's see. I think that with 17 or 18 maybe. When you see that it looks as you want, that's everything that you need. You don't have to worry too much. Let's put on here RAM on the right side, 1.5, and that's it. Okay. Now you see that it is actually, exactly, being honest, very similar to what we had on the how it is on the Figma design. Okay. What I'm going to do is super nice now. I am just going to try to make the login section. What I'm going to do is to put this Firepoint store on a object, let's say, but let's make also a to-do list. We are gonna make this project object oriented and with JavaScript, and let's try to make it with kind of uh, taste. When I say taste, is that we're gonna make it with something cool or nice, not necessarily PHP, or we can use PHP. I am going to analyze uh, after I see, I don't know, the reaction of some of you, or at least one of you. Then I will move forward. I will ask two or three people what they think of this project, and then we will be use or PHP or Node.js for the backend. But let's create the login formulary just right now. And that is going to be super nice because it's going to be fast and also simple. Let's just go to the public place here. And in here, let's going to create, let's just create like a, um, how it is. You see, oh, by the way, we're missing the image. We're missing the image here of the of the headsets, or to uh, to listen something that I had. And being honest, that looks kind of cool. So let's create an image folder here, img, and let's look for that image. I think that it is just on the downloads folder. Downloads. Let's see, and here it is. I'm just going to copy that and put it on here, and I'm gonna rename it, and I'm gonna say email img headsets, and that's everything. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is just to put on here img src, for example, and that is just going to be assets public img and the headers, and we're going to put here im image of the logo, and let's put a width that is going to be static here of maybe 50, and height also static, that is going to be 50, and let's put it just right like that. Okay. By the way, it doesn't look very nice, being honest. I don't like it much, but at least it's working, and that is enough. Let's just take. You see this part here? Let's put div class, and let's put here this, just like that. Header logo, and let's put on here on the header logo. We're gonna say that we want it to be display flex, and that's it. As you can see, it is kind of aligned and everything. But let's put it just straight and strictly well aligned. How can we do that? Justify content, which is something that I forgot. With the time, it is easily forgotten, and align items center also. And as you can see, it got to the center, which is something that I don't want until the moment, because I would like it to be, for example, with 10% or not 10%, let's say, uh, 9 rem, and let's put left 0 pixels. And there we go. It is kind of working, but let's put this uh, 14 rem maybe. And as you can see, now is centered, and also the logo is there. Also, we got the button here. So let's create now the section to the login. I will tell you a secret. As this is going to be object oriented, I will have to make another video. But I am going to give you an idea. Let's create a readme here, new file, readme, and in here, is like that? No, is I think that is empty. Creating a readme on my project. It can be .so, but let's see, .md. It is md, not mt. Okay, but anyway, it's not very great a difference. No, what I'm going to do is just to put on this and the readme here a title, for example, to do to the um, object oriented application, because this is going to be an application. Um, we're gonna make like a little survey to know if uh, we want it on PHP or on JavaScript. Being honest, I know that many people will say JavaScript, and I don't have problem with it. But as I said before, JavaScript sadly has the tendency of occupying too much space on your computer. So let's just go here to the okay. Let's create here a first button. And we're gonna say that the first thing is to create the structure of the objects. That's the first thing. Second thing is to implement the return of each object. And 13 is to, uh, for example, to divide each file into its corresponding directory. And just the last one can be, for example, to check that the flow of of the OOP is all right, and that's it. We can also even to at the end we can to link this project to his repository, and in here we're gonna put to be sure that we use the user name and uh, the username and repository system that we have chosen, or we have already been working at. And that's it. Okay, what is this? This is just to you see that here I put to. Being honest, it's just to be sure. I mean, we can just erase the two here, and that will be the same. Because we are making a list that is ordered. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's it. In the next video, what we're going to do is just to implement the objects. If you want an idea of how the objects can be implemented, it is like this: object-oriented programming, JavaScript, to make an application. You will see now an example. Being honest, I could even create it for you, but I know that there are many examples on internet that we can see, and it's better to see those examples rather than being too perfectionist. That's not good, and that is harming yourself. You will see that here. Look, for example, this is an object, but this is very too generical. But okay, let's say that instead of person, this says, for example, home site, and on the home side, we're gonna put, for example, the logo, the button to log in, and now and a function to return the content, for example, and that's it. And we can even put a contact information, and we can display the contact information if the user is logged in or no, and all those things. And that's it. I mean, it's not that complicated. It's super simple. What is complicated is, as I said, the part that correspond to the server side, but it's not also super complicated. What is complicated is when the application grows, that you will have certain difficulty with certain things, but nothing also too great to be like be worrying about it. And that's it. See you in the next video because I have taken too much time in this one, and I hope that you have learned a lot. If you have any question or something like that, you can leave it on the comments. I don't know, or maybe uh, write it on the comments of any of those groups that I follow on Facebook. And if I see it, I will answer. Um, and if you are wondering about chess, yes, I keep playing chess sometimes. Almost every time that I have a free time of 5 minutes or 10 minutes, I play chess. So I hope that you are okay. Um, that was everything. See you in the next video. And if you have any question or something like that, again, please don't hesitate. And remember that Jesus Christ of Nazareth, creator of heaven and earth, love you much more than what I could ever say. Bye, and thank you for respecting my limits.